Hello everybody, welcome back to the Angry Robot. Today's review is Transformers Studio Series 86 Long Haul and Hook. Now these two are supposed to be Commander class for this year, which I don't really think that could work. It does, but I think they could have made a way to make it so they're more of a 2-pack where they can actually do an actual Commander class. But either way, it gives them some pretty good toys. Now first, the box they come in is clean with a really good box art on top of it. It just looks so good. Now, the first figure we're going to look at today is going to be Hook. Now, Hook has the basic Constructicon design. Purple body, green arms, black head, green legs. But he does it in a way that makes it feel fresh from Scrapper and Mixmaster. His head is just a black head with a silver face, red visor, which is pretty neat. But I've always confused on why they have like a black slab on top of him. It's always been weird to me why it does that. But other than that, he's one of the three that actually has a face and a mouth. Now, Hook's arms aren't really that bad. The two wheels do look cool. It's just that the forearm is really tiny. It doesn't really work with the rest of it. His chest is purple with two vents on top, a main flat area. In the midsection between his chest and his abdomen, like his crotch and stuff, is this black bendy tube, which I do really like as cool detail. His thighs are gray, with his lower legs being a green and a silver, which really pops from everything else. And his back isn't really that bad. The only kibble he has is the crane and the crane thing where it's supposed to go. And even then, the crane helps it stand up when it's in weird poses. Now, Hook's articulation isn't that bad. It's just really weird. His head is on a ball joint that can look up that far, down that far, tilt and stuff, blah, blah, blah. But this doesn't actually do it. It's just a weird ball joint thing. His arms are conflicted by these things, which are a staple of him. I don't know what they are or anything. He's got to move out of the way. It's pretty easy. They're pinned in. They go out that far on a pin, back that far. And because of this thing, it can't go really back that far without not clicking it. No, it's not. You can go forward that far. This bicep swivel and his elbows. Double jointed, but they look super weird while doing it. I always use this joint to make it look actually good. And it's just in like this. No waist swivel because you got a head in there. If you can't see it, you got a head in there. Legs can go out that far, back that far. Good looking spread. Knees that are still constricted, but they're like 49 degrees. But no, I can't speak. They're less than 90, but not by that much because of that thing. Swivel. And a really good actual ankle pivot. Go up, back a little bit, and tilt. Give him some good poses. Really good poses and stuff. His accessory that he comes with that's supposed to be for him is this gray blaster that all the other Constructicons will come with, but has a magazine on the bottom, which just makes it horrible to put in any storage for alt mode and stuff, but at least it looks kind of cool. Now overall, I would say the figure ain't that bad, but it has some faulties with articulation and how he looks. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Now we have Long Haul, which is probably the most unique design out of all the Constructicons, with there being barely any purple. His head is just a silver helmet with a red visor and this weird gray-black box, which I've always been confused by, but at least it helped with articulation. His chest is just the front of his alt mode, just the main front of that tractor vehicle, or the semi-truck, whatever he's called. And then his arms have the wheels on top, and it's just this gray, just brick of an arm. His legs are just mainly green, with one red box on each of his leg, and two purple circles. Now, Longo may be the better figure. He does have the better articulation to boat with it, too. His head is on a ball joint, look up that far, down that far, tilt only a little bit, and it's easy to move around since the squareness of his head. Arms can move out that far, rotate like this all the way around because nothing is moving it. Ball jointed elbows that I still find weird, and just the little wrist things that they have. No waist swivel, which actually could have been used on here. There's nothing for the waist to here. And even in transformation, nothing needs to move. Nothing needs to be stable for transformation to Devastator. Nothing. So they could have had one. But legs can go out that far, back that far, forward that far. Usual. Knees are right here to give them less than 90. But you have this. They use the main knees that looks a lot better and stuff. ankle pivot can go down that far, the infinite amount. Nothing else, and just this little heel thing which could slip out. He does have some good articulation to go into some good posing and stuff. It's not that bad. He does come with his own accessory, this 2-part green and gray blaster, which is kind of just basic. But overall, the robot mode for him is pretty good. He's not the most unique, but not the most colorful, so I'll say 7 out of 10. Now for comparisons, we have Optimus, Sideswipe, and the Bumble, and Steve for scale. Now here he is with the rest of his crew, and if you want my opinion on Scrapper and Bone Crusher's fun but bad. Scrapper's just bad. Now the separate figures by themselves are pretty good, but it's not really worth the Commander price. And it feels like I'm forgetting something. First we got double-barreled cannon, 2 wings that attach to it to make Devastator's chest. And then we got 2 bazookas that turn into Devastator's arms, which will be important later. And a trailer, which I'll talk about in alt mode, because that's where it's most important. Now for alt mode. The transformation to both of these modes is pretty fun, but also complicated with hooks. Hooks is a constructing crane with the thing can extend, unlike the Combiner Wars, but can only extend by like an inch, but it's still pretty good. Long Haul is a dump truck, which is just mainly green with the little hints of black on the big wheels. But the accessories of the crotch and stuff can combine with it for the trailer mode. Now both of their alt modes are clean and almost perfect, with the only real problem with a Long Haul is that the thing doesn't have you can't put anything in the dump truck, and Hooks is Devastator's head being clearly seen. But other than that, it's pretty good alt mode. Both of them are like a 7 out of 10 for each of them. Now overall, each of these figures have not that bad of lows and pretty good highs. Now, Long Haul I would give a 7 out of 10, and Hook I would give at least a 6.5. They're both good figures on their own merit. This has been the Angry Robot. See you later.